at 4:30, and I just shut my eyes for a minute, and all of a sudden it's 5:07. Oh, I love it. But I'm so glad that I woke up. We are recording, so nobody's got to miss anything. And I don't know where you guys started. I'm sure, Jayson, I know you've been on these, so I'm sure you guys are starting your morning off with gratitude. I'm thinking, possibly. Is that where you
started that yet, Lisa? So that's what we need to do right now.
Okay, cool. All right, good. So as you guys know, if you guys have joined us in the morning, we are starting our morning off with gratitude. I have a, hold on one second, guys. I'm gonna grab my, grabbing a hat. You guys are about to see the craziness. I don't even know if you'll be able to see me. Hold on. It's so dark in my room. Hold on, I need light. Anyways, you guys, we start every morning with gratitude. Hold on, let me turn the light on. And if you guys have a 5-minute journal, that is what a lot of you guys use. Use your 5-minute journal, or you can use, we've got a couple other journals that I was suggesting, especially for the new year, because I know that a lot of you guys, if you're like me, yours is filled up. Like my 5-minute journal is filled. So hold on a second. So I have been using this, and I got it on Amazon. And there's this one that Chas gave me that looks like this. And what I kind of like about these two are probably, they're a little bit different. This one is more like self-care for your body. Like how many, I'll give you an idea of what's in here in case you're joining us for this time, for the first time. But the first thing is, and it's about 5 minutes, it's the same thing. You're gonna record and reflect. That's what it says on here. So in the morning, you're actually going to, what's your intention for the day? So that day, what's your jam? Like, what are you trying to accomplish that day? What is your intention? And then it has slept from to total hours, good dreams, bad dreams, no dreams, notes, what I ate for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, number of cups of water today, exercise to how many minutes, what type, other activities. And then at night it has reflect, and it just goes over your day too. And then what I like about these, and I just call them like the 5-minute journal on crack, because it's not just gratitude. It's got some gratitude in there, but the one I'm going to be using is this gratitude one, because I like that it goes more into detail. And just like this one, the self-care one, it says today's focus, same thing. So what's your focus for that day? An affirmation for today. What are you grateful for? What are you excited about today? And how will you make space for gratitude today? And then in the evening reflection is good things that happened today, things I did to make a positive difference today, how you felt today, notes, and then a positive thought to carry me to sleep. So I'm using this one this year. It still's got the gratitude, it still has everything, but just like a little bit more. And then of course the 5-minute journal I love. There's even, like, when I was at Chas's house, she was joking. She was like, they even have a 1-minute journal. Like, if y'all can't do a 1-minute journal, something is wrong. And you guys at least need to be putting, at the very least, if you're just starting out in self-development, putting 5 minutes a day or 10 minutes a day, 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night into just you. I mean, I know I put, I think, more time into self-development sometime than I probably should. But I know I wouldn't be here today without it. So definitely get on that. And if you guys want to, over the last 24 hours, 5 to 7 things that you are grateful for, dig deep. Sometimes we have to dig a little bit deeper, right, to find those things, especially around the holidays. Some of you, if you're like me, before I got started in this industry, holidays were not fun. Like, holidays were a very stressful time. And even if you have money, holidays can be super stressful, right? So just know that even around times like this, really dig in and think about those things that make you grateful and record them. Record them. Make it a goal that this year, you guys, this very year, you are going to do this. Stick to it. Prove to yourself that you can do this, that even if it's something like this, like a self-care book or the 5-minute journal or whatever, prove that you can do it. And believe me, you don't need this, y'all. I remember being in that position where I couldn't even afford a 10-minute journal, like a $10 journal. It was not happening. Grab a piece of paper, grab people were laughing at me the one morning. I'm like, I don't care if you grab a crayon. And they were like, Jamie Peck is like, did you just call that a crayon? And I'm like, yes, crayon. And she's like, crayon? Whatever. So grab a crayon or a crayon. And I think it's like Ohio, Michigan. Natasha, do you say crayon or crayon?
Crayon.
Crayon. Crayon. Like cranberry juice, like crayon. Get a crayon. Like, yeah, those damn, I always tell people in Canada, you just make things way too difficult. Like, why add another syllable when you don't need to? I don't get that. That's just a waste of time. But crayon, go grab yourself a crayon if that's all you can find, and write down what you're grateful for. Stick to it, and I promise you, to be able to look back at that, you know, and see the things that you were grateful for throughout the year and the different days. It's huge, and it's super hard to start your day out with a grateful heart and then have a truly bad day after that. Like, right? It's how you start your day is how you are going to go through your day. So we're going to jump right in since I was late. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but our Lavelle topic today, I mean, as you guys know, we have 1 day left. Wait, 2 days left? 2 days left for 2 days, kind of ish. Yeah. For double triple fast starts. Don't forget. We've already gone over like the last 5 mornings, how you guys can different ideas to go do that. So I'm not going to harp on it, but what I will say is don't give up on yourselves. Like, don't stop. Just because you think I'm not going to get this, it's all up to you, right? And that little bit of extra cash, man, let me tell you what, $1,000 extra cash, holy cow, that would be some good money for Christmas or to pay off credit cards, because it's coming after Christmas. If for a lot of you guys, it's going to pay those credit cards. So please try to get it. Like, don't ever leave money on the table. So I thought what we would talk about today, since yesterday the other Monday, the other week, Monday, we did have one this week. Since Monday, we kind of talked about what our like goal was for, you know, I guess setting ourselves up for the new year. Today, we're going to talk about just like going into the new year and knowing what to do about cost objections, about objections with anything. Like, there's a lot of times that I hear the same song and dance from my promoters, and I'm sure you guys get this too. I'm sure you all get this too. You guys, in case you don't know, this morning we have Lacey on, who got up at 4 a.m. In California. So I appreciate you, Lacey. Our co-hosts today are Lacey, Natasha, and Jayson. And if you guys don't know who these people are, you need to plug into them because they're pretty awesome. I brought them on with me today to share their wisdom and all that goodness. And we're going to talk a little bit about how to overcome some of these things, because I know you guys get it. And if I get it, I know y'all get it too. And one of the things that I get the most is everyone I know thinks it's too expensive. You guys have got to start working in a different network then. If that's what you're getting, it's because you yourself think it's too expensive. You're putting it out there. You're not confident enough, and you've got to change your verbiage, right? You've got to change your verbiage. You've got to change. And that's with all objections. So I'm going to hand this over to Natasha. If you want, you can go first, and then we'll kind of go down the line with Lacey and Jayson and give you guys all a chance just to share a little bit about whatever tips you guys have on this.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Lisa. And good morning, everyone. So this is every single like, if you say you've never had this objection, you're lying, because we've all had this objection, either personally, we've thought it or we've had it directed at us in a, say, trying to help somebody get started on a Thrive, is that's expensive. So over the years, all of us, it's what might work. What might I do different? What might I say different? And so there's times where I don't close the deal. And I'm like, gosh, the objection was expense. That way I talked didn't work. So I want you first to just evaluate, what are you saying to people when that is their objection? And is it working? If it's not, then we got to make some changes, right? In how you speak to individuals. So I'm going to share what's been working for me. And it works like a charm, because I hear people always say it's $5 a day. I want you to think about this. If you were to say to me, how much is it? And I say, well, it's about $5 a day. Anything after what I just said, you're in your head going, $5 a day, what does that equal? 5 times 30. I'm not really good at math. Let me grab my calculator. Oh, that's 150. The last 20 seconds of what I've been saying to you, you did not even register. Because they're trying to do the math in their head and they're like, what did you say? They totally missed the fact that you said, but that it's so worth it. You're going to feel like this, and this, like all of your validation to the objection, they didn't even hear because they're trying to do the math. I never realized that, you guys. Like, it hit me just a little over a year ago. I'm like, these people are doing the math and not even listening to me. So what I do that's working really, really well is I say this. I'm like, so how much is it going to cost me? I'm like, well, it's going to be $150 for the entire 30 days. We do have $25 off right now, but listen, that is literally $5 a day. And what we've already talked about, you're already eating this, you're drinking this soda, and you are saying that you're absolutely exhausted. Well, let's replace that expense of over $5 that you're spending and replace it with this expense. And let's get you your first 30 days. And with that $25 off, how does $125 sound to you? And you're going to save way more than that. I didn't try to go around the bush about what it costs. It is what it is. It's worth $150. It's worth $200. It is worth all of that. We know that. And so saying it up front, they know, and then you validate why the cost is exactly why it should be. But I'll tell you, that was something, Lisa, that I realized because I had a friend and I was doing a Zoom call. That's why in person really works so well, because I was doing a Zoom call and she's like, all right, how much is it? And I'm like, well, it's $5 a day. And I could see her gone. Like, she left the conversation. And I'm like,
so right. I mean, I never thought about that, but I'm the same as you. I don't start off with the money really either. As soon as somebody asks me, so how much does it cost? I go into how great it is. I kind of even ignore the question. I'm like, oh my God, it's so good. First of all, thank you. I'm so excited you're messaging me about Thrive. It's about time, girl. I'll say something like that, because it's just if people know your personality, put your spin on it. Yep. And then I use that voice recorder because I think that that's so important for people to hear your excitement. And plus, if you type it out, how great it is, it's this long. If I say it, I can say it in a short clip, one clip. And then I'll say, you are going to die at how inexpensive it is. Usually when I tell people, and it's all about those magic keywords and phrases, everyone thinks it's so inexpensive. You're going to die when you hear how cheap it is. And you're right. I'm going to stop saying it's $5 a day, because I used to say that. I'm just going to come right out.
Great, right? It sounds great.
But you're right. I'd be $5 a day times. I'd be doing the same thing. I would. So you're still right. And it's okay to come out with the price, but it's just okay to do it that way. But you guys get in the habit. This is why I get on Zooms like this, because I would not have really, I don't know. I never thought about that before. I've been doing this for 4 years. And Natasha, you've been doing it when you figured this out a year ago. You were doing it 4 years or 5 years before that. So it's this is why you get on Zooms like this, to learn little tips like that, because it's so true. And it's never too late to switch up your pitch. Never. You know what I mean? It's never too late to perfect it. Jayson or Lacey, you have any input on this?
Yeah, I do. So I love the way Lisa talks about it. Oh my God, you're not going to believe it. It's only $5 a day. When you get excited about the price and telling, I can't believe how cheap it is. Like, you got to get into that mindset, because I've seen people on my team freeze with fear about the price, and they literally can't sign anybody up because they're going into it with, oh my God, I know. Like when someone says, oh my God, $150. I know it's expensive, but you can get it for free. Like it's all about in the approach. And I know Lisa talks about this book a lot. I talk about the book a lot. It's called Exactly What to Say. And in the book, it actually gives you different scenarios on how to talk to people. And one of the techniques is it'll say, I bet you're just like me. When I used to get up, I'd go through Dunkin' Donuts and I'd buy the coffee and maybe a donut, and then later on in the day, I'd stop at the gas station. I'd get 2 Mountain Dews for $3. Like, here I am spending $10 just on energy drinks. When you try to put what you do, but also open it up for them to imagine, I bet you're just like me. I bet you did that. They start thinking, well, yeah, I do go to Starbucks and I spend $7. And oh my God, yeah, like I do get that energy drink during the day. And wow, I'm adding it up. And once they can start to calculate how much they're actually spending on the energy that we can give them for less than $5 a day, especially right now with the $25 off, guys, it's like what, $4 or even cheaper with this deal, right? So use the deal to your advantage for the next couple of days. That we can use this deal until January 7th. I'm sorry if I said that wrong, but okay, the 4th. So guys, the $25 off, you got to utilize that. The $150 is cheap, but now, oh my God, you're getting $25 off right now. Like on top of that, like this is an incredible deal. It's the way you present it. And guys, Lisa says it all the time. If you don't have this book is going to help you in so many ways on how to approach different conversations. And it literally influences the way people are going to answer you. I highly recommend that book. So I'm going to pass it back to you, Lisa.
Get it. This is why I love traveling. I swear to gosh, like that's where I get my best books, at the airport. But this little book, seriously, you could read this book in an hour. Like it's not a long read, but it is such a good go-to. And you're so right. Like all the different questions, and it's specifically for people that do sales. Just imagine, like here's a keyword and phrase, just imagine. Did you know that every decision any human makes is made at least twice? The decision is first made in your mind hypothetically before it is ever made in reality. And then just imagine is a keyword and phrase, and it gives you examples like just imagine how things would be in 6 months.
I'm gonna drop in the comments a link to YouTube. Now, it's the author reading the book, and it's available right now for free on YouTube, but they always take it down. So it's only going to be good for a little while. It's working right now. I just listened to it yesterday in the car. Listen to it. It's only going to take you a little over an hour. It's very short, but and he speaks in an English accent too, which I don't literally like to listen to people talking in that accent. I know a lot of you guys do, but listen to it. Do it today on your lunch break. Do it in the car. Listen to this book because it's going to be taken down. This guy sells the book and somebody's like somehow put it to YouTube. I'm going to put it in the chat right now.
Oh my God, I love it. Lacey, what do you got to add, girl?
Good morning.
Morning.
Hey,
It's still dark where you are too.
It's the middle of the night where I am. So what I'll say on that objection is I think a lot of times people say it's too expensive and we automatically we think we heard a no. And I would just say change that. If someone says it's too expensive, they did not say no. Think about all the times where you've bought something that you thought was too expensive. I know I just did it over and over and over for Christmas, you know? How many times have I thought something's too expensive, but then came back and bought it? And so what gets people there? It's seeing something different about the product that appeals to you more. It's hearing it for the millionth time. You know, it wasn't the 900th time that was going to get you, but it was that 901st. And that's why we keep talking about that, you know? So, you know, don't hear no if people are not saying it. And then even for me, I'm like living in the land of denial. I still never hear no. Like if people say no, I always think that's just not yet. It's not their time. They haven't heard the right thing about it. And then I love what Natasha said about $5 a day. I don't say $5 a day either. I let them know right up front, $150. And one reason is because I feel like if you say it's $5 a day, you're instantly, so much of this is just mind stuff, you know, you're instantly putting it in their mind that they're paying for it every single day that month. Like now I have a daily bill like every single day, you know, and if you say it's $150 a month, it's honest, it's straight up. But I also do say, and I personalize it, I say, for me, I got to take out the cost of energy drinks, the cost of coffee, the cost of sugary snacks, because I'm not interested in that stuff anymore. And who cares about the math on that? I'm hoping that when I say that, they're not thinking about the math. What they're thinking about is, wait a minute, what? I'm not going to want sugary snacks. I'm not going to want coffee. Like, what kind of magic voodoo is this? You know? And then the piece of what Jayson said too, you know, personalize, like know what they want, appeal to what they're wanting. And this is where building relationships come in. So if you know your audience, if you know the people that are coming into your inbox, and even if you don't, go check out their page real fast, like take 5 seconds, go look at their page so you know a little bit about them and speak to them in their language. If I know that somebody is at home homeschooling their 5 kids and they need energy, I'm not going to try to get them to think it's not expensive by talking to them about weight loss. You know what I mean? I'm going to go straight to energy mood support. So those are my tips.
You know, I think we always talk about like objections in general. We all have them. Like the biggest ones are, I just won't have enough time. I remember thinking that I was working 70 hours a week and I was bartending, waiting tables. I had 5 kids. Like there was a lot going on. And the first thing I thought when I thought about taking on a business like this is, I don't have the time. Like, where would I ever find the time for that? Or, you know, things like, isn't that one of those pyramid things? I don't get that as much anymore. I don't know about you guys, but I don't really get that a lot anymore. But just any objection, really, guys, what you need to really figure out, in my opinion, is if it's truly a real objection or if this person just is not interested. There's a difference, okay? There's a difference between somebody just throwing something out there so you leave them alone, right? Well, it's too expensive and I don't have any time, and it's just somebody that's not there yet, right? It's okay. Guess what? Let me know. I'm here. You know, if you ever change your mind, can I keep you on my follow-up list? That's always my first go-to is, you know, well, I know you're not interested, but if you know anybody that is, I'd love if you send them my way. Like there's certain things you can say that you're leaving the door still open, but you're leaving them alone. And I think that that's huge because then they don't feel so like, oh gosh, now I have to be afraid to message Lisa or look at her timeline or like any of her posts, because as soon as I do, she's going to be in my inbox again. I don't want them to feel that way. So I'm always like, girl, I know it's not your jam right now, and that's totally cool. Do you want me to keep you on my follow-up list? I said, all that is just me letting you know if we ever come out with a new product or a special. And I've never gotten a no with that. People are nosy. They're all like, sure, you can. And it makes me feel better now that they've given me permission, because now I feel like when I'm in their inbox telling them about the new special that's out this month, and there always is a special. If you guys have been with us long enough, you know that. I truly love the fact that I just feel more comfortable because they've given me permission. And then I'll also say, you know, and I know it's not your cup of tea, but hey, girl, if you ever think of anybody that needs more energy, appetite control, mental clarity and focus, and it gives me a chance to actually go through the things this product does. I know you don't want those things. You don't want an appetite control. You don't want aches and discomforts to go away. You personally don't want to sleep better at night. You don't want to lose some weight. You don't want to, but if you know anybody that do, I love it if you send them my way. I always have some free little gifts for people that send people my way. It's just planting another seed and planning it as though it doesn't feel invasive, like, hey, okay, fine, I get you don't get it. But if you know anybody else, and it gives me that chance to kind of say that little sentence in there, but figure out if the objection is real. Is this real? And I like what Stacy Weisenberger says. She always says, say to them. So if let's say their objection is cost, it's just too expensive. I don't know if I can afford that. Okay, cost taken off the table. Let's say it was free. Then what's holding you back? Well, I also don't think I have the time. Okay, doesn't take any time. Take the cost off the table. It's free. Then what's holding you back? Well, I've ordered like a million of these things and my husband is going to be pissed off. Like, you can get to the real objection, or they're just going to keep thinking of more. And at that point, they just want to be left alone. They're just want a nice person that doesn't want to say to you, leave me the hell alone. So figure out if it's real or not, because what you don't want to do is waste an hour of your time trying to talk somebody into something that they are not ready for. It's like, okay, once you know this is a real objection, then now I can figure it out. Like, dude, I can add in Natasha because this person I'm talking to is a massage therapist and she's scared she won't have enough time. Dude, they're the same person. I'm going to message Natasha and say, hey, you got 5 minutes. Would you mind sharing your story if I put you in a 3-way? Like, this is how you can know, where do I need to help this person overcome a true, real objection versus they don't have a real objection. Yeah. Do you guys have anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I want to add one thing, because sometimes you hit on it, was if you're not confident in the cost. And we all, right? Because if we get enough objections, we start to have doubt as well. And so if you are one of those individuals that, yeah, I know, like you immediately, when that objection comes, you sink down in your chair and your voice doesn't get as confident. This is an exercise that I've done, because sometimes it is hard, right? When you're talking to that person, you know that you can change their life by them saying yes. You're like worried, you don't want to, this hardship, you don't want this to be added to their budget, because you do know that it's going to be a tough swing for them. And I've been there. And so one exercise I've done is I've written down all the things that Thrive has done for me. All the things, every single thing. It's kind of like your I am statements, your affirmations, but it's your confidence booster in why this product is worth every single penny that you pay for it and more. If you write down all of those things, we say it, right? We share our story, but if you write them down and say them, you will have zero problem telling people how much it costs and why it's worth it.
That is so good. Go ahead, Jayson. That is so good. I love it.
Guys, what Natasha's literally telling you is she practices. So everybody that's really good at something has practiced it over and over and over. So if you're uncomfortable with what you're saying and you're fumbling over your words, write down the things that have happened to you, and you need to practice. I mean, I have my story, my 2-minute elevator pitch down like so easy, it rolls off my tongue because I've practiced it. I say it over and over on a voice clipper when somebody puts me in a third-party validation. So another thing too, guys, is if you're going to put somebody in a third-party validation, like Lisa said, oh, if someone's a massage therapist, I'm going to put them in with Natasha. You need to know what their pain points are. You need to know what they're looking for. And then you're going to send a message to that person and say, hey, Susie wants to lose some weight. Susie needs energy. Susie's not sleeping, whatever her pain points are, so that that person now is already on target to know what pain points to address and say, oh my God, girl, I used to never sleep at night and I started taking Thrive and now I sleep like a baby. So that's going to perk up Susie's ears and she's going to be like, oh my God, that's what I'm looking for, right? So it's practice what you have to say. Say it with confidence, say it with enthusiasm, and this price objection, once you can break through that, you are going to fly. I literally had a girl on my team that could not understand how she's going to sell this. The price is too much. Oh my God, it was negative Nancy at one after another. And I literally got Jamie Pekka to do a Zoom for me. And I said, will you please address this price thing? And she completely slammed it into everybody on my team's head about how cheap it is, really. And this girl now is approaching 40K. She's doing amazing things. And that's another thing I wanted to say, guys. You know, you have some of the most elite trainers in the entire company on this team doing these Zooms for you. Lisa Fuller, Natasha, Jamie Pekka, Chastity, I mean, Amanda, all these people, they know what they're talking about. And if you listen carefully, and I study them because I want to be them, you are going to see them doing the exact same thing. Do that, copy that, listen to what they're saying and implement it, right? There's two kinds of people. There's the one kind of person that gets on the Zoom, listens to all this stuff, and then goes about their day. Then there's the second person that gets on the Zoom, listens to everything that they're saying and starts implementing right away. Which person are you gonna be? Because don't get on the Zoom if you're just gonna be listening to it and, oh my God, like that sounds so great. I wish I could do that. No, you get off this Zoom and you implement something that somebody said, and you start to practice your 30-second elevator pitch. You start implementing all these things, and you are going to become Lisa Fuller. You're going to become Natasha. You're going to get the success. So study them. I'm a student of the game. I study these ladies like crazy. I actually had the opportunity to have dinner with Lisa, Mitzi Driver, Natasha, Chastity. It was an amazing time. You got to surround yourself with the people that know what they're doing. They're going to pour into you just like they do me. And you're going to have the most amazing business if you just listen and implement. So I just got off on a tangent.
Dang, if we ever really want to feel good about ourselves, Natasha, we just have to get in a room with Jayson. Thanks for blowing our heads up today, Jayson, but I think you're pretty incredible. You know, kudos, because you know you're in an industry that is definitely female dominated, and you kill it. Like, you totally kill it. And it just proves all the time, y'all men can do this. It's like, and it doesn't matter your gender, it's all done the same way. Getting there is the same way. Plugging into people and figuring out what they're doing and then stealing it and making it your own. That's it. Hey, Lacey, did you want to add anything?
I'll just add real fast. First of all, I'll back up. I don't remember who said it now, but I think it was Natasha who said, you know, that don't waste your time on people who don't want it. But what I do and what I would recommend doing is write them down. You know, if they were interested at some point, they're going to stay interested. People don't just stop being interested. If it's money, eventually they're going to come into money. If it's time, eventually they're going to decide that they'll make the time, whatever it is. And what I have in my team is I have a chat that's not really a chatty chat. It's called Clips of Gold. And we go in there, so I'll put, like, let's say it's me, I'll say, tired mama, college student, grumpy. Okay, that's what I was before I started. And then I'll follow that up with my 50 seconds story, you know, and then the next person comes in and they put their, one of them is like, you know, looking to retire in recovery, whatever. There's tons of them in there. And so we have the topic and then the voice clip. And so what I'll do is, if I have a tired mama that's telling me it's too much money or whatever her objection is, I'll write her name down. I'll write what she needed. The objection really isn't that important, because like Lisa said, a lot of times the objection that they give you is not even really their objection. Their needs are what's important. So I'll write down their needs. And then the next day, or maybe if I know they get paid on Friday, if I know they get paid on the 15th, I'll come back on the 15th. I'll go in my Clips of Gold chat and I'll look for something that applies to them. And I'll message them again, you know, a couple days later, and I'll let them know, hey, I was just thinking about you. I heard this and it made me think of you, and I'll send that. And there's that third-party validation. Third-party validation is everything from the moment you start and you don't know what to say to somebody's question. And then it never goes, third-party validation never stops being important. I've been here almost 2 years, and I use it almost every single day, whether I'm doing it with and for someone else, or I'm using it with and for myself from someone else. It's huge. And so that kind of is a way. And then I know these people. And so if that person's like, oh my gosh, that is me, whatever, then I'll say, yeah, like, do you want to get in a conversation with them? I can grab them right now. So yeah, I just wanted to add.
So good. Clips of Gold. I freaking love it. Like, now's the time, you guys. We keep talking about, especially in the morning, we've been talking a lot about how to prepare for the new year. And one of the things you could do to prepare for the new year is go to certain people, say, would you do a 30-second click? They may already have one. I know I have one. Can you forward it to me? I don't care if you are just getting started or you're 200K, like, this is a great idea. And then have them labeled and know who you're sending to. How, holy cow, what a good idea. This is why I love Zooms. This is why I get on, because of ideas like that. And actually, I've heard that before, and I totally wrote it down and then never did it. I'm doing it. Like, I'm so doing it. So there's just some ideas, guys. We're going to get into our self-development topic of the day. If you guys have been joining us in the morning, we've really been focusing on how to get our minds right for the new year, right? It is right around the corner. Like, we are days away at this point. We talked about letting go of whatever's holding us back. We talked about, self-love and making sure that, we are feeling worthy to go into the new year and worthy of success. And we've talked about a lot of stuff. And today, Natasha had the idea of talking about a vision, a clear vision, which goes into so many things. So I'm so excited. A clear vision of having a vision to go into the new year and knowing exactly what you want. And actually, I'm going to let Natasha start us out, since this was her jam to this morning, and then we can all add in. So Natasha, I'm going to let you take it over.
Thank you. Yeah. So going into the new year, you want to go in with a plan. And, the reason vision came to my mind, Lisa, to tell you the God honest truth, is I seen who was in that chat, and Jayson Stewart already said he did a Zoom for us, a lunch and grow, and he talked about that vivid vision. And I believe wholeheartedly in that. You have to have that. And so I'm going to talk real quick about something I'm doing, because you've had vision boards. Depending on how long you've been in the industry, you've went through 6 vision boards. Maybe you're brand new and you've never done a vision board. You've never even did that exercise. Trust me, I thought it was crazy the first time I did it. I'm like, okay, these people who are successful are doing it. I guess I should do it. I really don't know how this is going to work. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm literally doing a scrapbook, and I hate scrapbooks. So we're going to do this because the successful people do it. And I just did it. I didn't have belief in it. I didn't understand it. I just did it. And by golly, it works. But if you've been doing this a hot minute, I'm going to talk about what's working for me this year that is stretching me so much. No matter if you're brand new or you've been doing this a while, this exercise is going to help you have an even clearer, vivid vision. And I know Jayson will talk about how he does it here in a minute. But so every single day from now until the end of the month, so December 31st, we have 8 days, right? Every single day, I want you to write down 30 goals. And not one of those goals can be duplicated from the days before. That's 240 goals. Have you ever written down 240 goals ever? Well, I've already written down 240, and I still have 240 more to go because I started this exercise 8 days ago. It is the hardest thing I've ever done, but what I'm telling you is it is stretching my mind so much to get so clear on what do I really want to achieve? Who do I want to give back to? Who do I want to impact? What do I want to give myself? What do I want to give to this person? What do I want to give to this person? Because my vision of my goals was starting to get blurry because I've achieved 7 dream boards. It's like, what more do I don't need anything more. And I had to do something so hard to get my brain back in that vivid vision of it's not about the big things. It's about now all the small things. And those small things are going to be categorized into 20 big things when I'm done with this exercise. So thinking about this exercise, I challenge you guys to do it. It is not easy. The first day might be kind of easy. The second day, it's a little harder. By the time you get to today, which is day 8 for me, my goodness, it was not easy. And I still have 8 more days to go. And it is going to stretch you so much to really, truly think about all the things. And it's also putting me more into a bigger gratitude than I've ever been before, because, stretching your brain this way. So if you are struggling with vivid vision, you're not sure what you want to achieve, you don't know, you haven't gotten there, this exercise will take you there. It will. So that's what I have. Jayson, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. So guys, I love visualization and I love manifestations and I love all things. And this is the perfect time to do a vision board party with your team, because it's the new year and you're going to go into 2020 with a clear vision, a purpose, right? So I wrote a DMP, and what that is a definite major purpose. And I wrote out, just like Lisa and Natasha went on a legacy retreat and they were asked to write a letter 10 years in advance, and actually starting to visualize what their goals are in 10 years in advance. Now I did this, I did it, I wasn't at the retreat, but I got the idea and I said, you know what, I'm gonna do that. So I wrote down in present tense what I was going to be doing, and I've condensed it down to a very short thing, and I recorded my voice. Why? Because your subconscious mind has no defense against your voice. And in the background, Paul Gravett said, I want you to listen to Nikola Tesla's 369 manifestation vibration, right? So I read my DMP, my definite major purpose, which is in the present tense, over that vibration. And I listen to it every single night before I go to bed. So it's all about habits, right? You have got to start implementing habits. So when you wake up in the morning, after you take your 2 capsules, I do meditation, then I do my visualization. So I talked about it on the Lunch and Grow. I literally close my eyes, and sorry for anybody that already knows this, but I'm going to tell this story because I think it's very powerful. I just get done with my meditation and I literally close my eyes and I envision myself walking up to the stage at Thrivepalooza. I literally see myself in the clothes that I'm wearing. I'm walking up the stairs. The lady, and I've only been to Thrivepalooza once, but she has a black dress and she's like holding me back and hands me some roses, and I'm smelling those roses. I smell the roses. Then I see Liz at the table. I walk over to her. She hands me my Lavelle Millionaire Award recipient trophy. I feel that cold glass, right? I'm implementing all my senses. So I got my smell going. I feel the cold glass. I feel the weight of that thing. I'm visualizing this. I walk over the stage. Drew's holding me. He puts his arm around me. I see the clothes Drew's wearing. He's got a white shirt. He's got a khaki Oxfords on. I hear my feet. I hear the clapping, all the crowd. Yay, yay, yay. I see on the wall, if you've been to Thrivepalooza before, on the wall, they're going to put your name. Lavelle Millionaire Award recipient. I see my name in big gold letters, Jayson Stewart. I get to Jayson and Paul. I see Tony taking my picture. I'm watching Tony. I'm looking out at the crowd. I see everybody. And I told you guys in the Lunch and Grow, I've met Paul Gravett a couple of times, and I've smelled the guy. Like, I got super close and I smelled him because I want to know what he smells like. So when I'm up on stage, I smell his cologne. So I'm putting all these senses together, right? My sight, my sound, I hear the crowd. Then I'm just exhilarated. I want my body to go into like the way it's gonna feel. So I think back, okay, when did I have something amazing happen? When I was in Little League, I got up to bat, bases are loaded, there's 2 outs. I hit a walk-off grand slam home run. We won the game. And I felt look, I got the goosebumps right now. Like, I got the chills. I put that into my visualization. And now all my senses are firing, guys. You've got to envision your goals. I know it sounds crazy, but I know I'm going to be there. I know that this is going to happen because my subconscious mind is working towards that every single day. I do that in the morning when I wake up, and I also meditate in the afternoon. I do it after that. So That's what I do, guys. Do the vision board. Do it with your kids. Write down, hey kids, come, let's put a vision board together. Let's do a family one. Put Walt Disney World on there. Get the kids involved. They're gonna love it. And guys, do yourself a favor. Write down where you're gonna be in 5 years, in 10 years, and start to believe it's happening. This is projecting what you want. That's manifestation. That's all I got.
Lacey, you want to add?
Woo! That was good.
How do you follow that, Jayson?
I can smell Paul now, and I've never even met him, but I know exactly what he smells like. You know, I think it's Mel Robbins who says your body cannot go where your mind has not already been. Excuse me. And I heard that one day, and it didn't really make any sense to me. It was like nothing, but I listened to Mel Robbins a lot, and I listen to a lot of people a lot, so I think it's her. And I kept hearing it, and so ever since then, it's just stuck with me. You know, when you're getting on here and you're hearing, I promise you, if you've ever been on a Zoom, you've heard vision board. Like, it's not. There's a reason that it's said. You know, when you can literally, it does so many things, and especially if you're doing it with your family, when you can sit down, think about what you want, look for a visualization for that, talk about it with your family, put it on a thing, hang it up, look at it every single day. I have my vision board right by my bed. It's the first thing I see at the end of the day. It's the first thing I see in the morning. And I literally spend time on it. I don't just glance it over. I spend time on it. I look at it. I think about it, just like Jayson was saying. You know, when we're thinking about what do we want, here's this, I'm going to tear up right now. The crazy, amazing thing about if you're on this Zoom right now is you're in the vehicle. Like we're there. This company is it 100%. And you can basically have any vision you want. Like nothing's too big here. It's so crazy. The first vision board I ever did, I had a couch on mine. Like I had nothing. Like nothing. My story is long and crazy, and I'm not going to get into all that, but I really, really, really did start with nothing. Like my vision board wasn't, I wanted a car, I wanted to afford a bus pass, you know, like, and so if you don't have the belief in like these huge, big visions yet, start where you're at, you know what I mean? Put smaller goals on your vision board. And the cool thing is, once you start hitting those goals, you'll start visualizing bigger things because you start training your brain that you're a goal getter. You know, if your brain knows that you're somebody who's going to hit a goal, then you're going to work harder, you're going to fight harder. And I really, really believe that the way that you get there is by setting and achieving goals. I had something else and I can't remember what it was. But Jayson's right on. You know, you have to put yourself there. You have to look at these goals. You know, I have on my vision board now, we're moving come spring, and that wasn't happening when I put this on there, but I have a house from an Idaho magazine because that's where I want to be. I want to live in northern Idaho. Well, it's happening, but every day that I look at that vision board, I don't just look at that house as an empty shell. You know, I can see inside of it. I know what my bathroom looks like. I know what candles burning in my bathroom. I know how the air feels on my face when I go in my backyard. And that it takes time. You have to sit with that. You have to really, really think about, where am I going? And then it's easy. You make the decision to get there, and then you back that decision up with smaller decisions, just forward motion, you know, that's it.
Yeah, here's the thing is visualization is so many different things. I mean, you have the dream board, and one thing I'm huge on is the little sticky notes, and all of these things that you guys might be thinking, you know, are silly, or, you know, I know I went through that where I was like, I don't need to do that stuff. I know what I need to do. I need to make money for my family. But when you get stuck and you don't have anywhere to turn, when you have those bad days where you're kind of like, I don't feel like doing this, if you don't have something to go look at that's hanging on your wall or sticky notes around your house, it's really hard. And there's so many different ways to visualize. And one thing that I talked about on a Zoom just like 2 days ago, just literally 2 days ago, was visualizing your perfect promoter, your rock star promoter. There's so much power in visualization. Grab a pen and a piece of paper today. make a list of all the things that you want to start visualizing, and make one of those things my perfect rock star unicorn promoter, right? That perfect promoter that's like, oh, like this is who I want. Get specific. What does that person do? How many friends do they have on social media? Are they a kind person? Do they give back? When you go to their Facebook page, they post positivity. There's somebody that's outgoing that doesn't mind going live. A lot of people trust them and like and comment on their posts, and they're just a really good human, and they're super driven. Like, what does that person look like for you? Write that out. It's another way to visualize. And I have done that. And one of the things I do when I get up in the morning, as I'm doing my gratitude and I'm reading out my I am statements, again, like Jayson said, verbally saying things out loud, your mind doesn't know the difference. When you say things out loud, your mind believes that those things are happening to you right now. It makes you believe that it's going to happen. It's like taking pen to paper is the first step. Then saying it out loud is the next step. Taking pen to paper makes it real. Now saying it out loud and reading it back to yourself makes your mind believe it, right? It makes it real visually, then your mind starts to believe it when you read it out loud. And one of the things I do is I read that out loud. But I challenge you guys to do this as well. I challenge you to write down your perfect, whatever it is for you. It doesn't even have to pertain to this business. Let's say the perfect mother. Let's say in freaking 2021, you want to be a better mom. Let's say maybe this year you think I've yelled a lot. I didn't get to do the things. What is the perfect mother to you? Whatever that is, write it down, read it out loud. And then I want you to go through and ask yourself, am I being these things, right? What is perfect to you? What is the rock star promoter, that unicorn? What would they be doing? How would they act? What would they say? And as you're reading through all of those characteristics, put a check mark next to the ones you are. And let me tell you what, it's pretty eye-opening when you go through and go, wow, I'm not these things. I'm not even acting like these things, because your vibe attracts your tribe, right? Like we always say that. And it's so true, is you will begin attracting customers. You will begin attracting promoters once you start being the person that you're looking for, right? If you want an amazing customer that sticks with the products, and do you use the products every day? Are you faithful? Are you so in love that you just can't wait to share your testimony? Like, you've got to be that person before you ever expect to get those people. And I think that that's so huge. Visualization is so humongous. And if you guys don't know a lot about it, go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. There's books on it. There's podcasts. And I'll tell you what, it is huge. And coming into the new year, it's something that you need to implement into your daily freaking life, because you just need to. But before we end out with our 100 Days to Brave, is there anybody that has anything on their heart that they wanted to say, Natasha or Lacey or Jayson, before we end out?
I just want to add one thing to the vision boarding and visioning. I think Jayson said, include your family. Including your family is so huge. I know for me, I have 3 daughters, 4 going on 9 and 15, and I have a husband, and I'm the mama, I'm the wife. I stay at home, I do everything, especially now over 2020. And I'm so grateful and blessed that I have a really, really insanely supportive husband. He's just like, get your game on, girl. He's like, cool. But our kids, they don't necessarily understand why we're spending so much time on our phones and talking on the phone and staring at our screens. And I'm sorry, but you do when you get into this industry. I would never tell anybody, oh, you're not even going to be on the phone. It's not like that, especially over this past year. But if you can sit down with them and put their little dreams and goals on your boards too. And then during that process, have that conversation with them. This is what mommy's doing. This is what daddy's doing. This is why. And talk to them about your job. I think it's funny, so many of us, if there's a cop's son, he knows what his dad does. If there's a teacher's daughter, she knows what her mom. Network marketers kids have no idea what we do. They're just like, oh, my mom, I don't really know, so tell them, let them know what you're doing, how you're helping people, that their dreams and goals are important too. When I implemented my kids in my vision boarding, their feelings around how my time is spent changed, and especially when some of those started to come true.
You know, you're so right. My daughter's friends thought I was a hooker. This is a true story. Like literally all her friends thought I was a hooker because they said, "What does your mom do? You guys have a nice house, all this money. She's always home, but then she travels." And my daughter says to them, literally says, "I don't know. I just know that she goes to like she travels, she goes to hotel rooms and people come to visit her." And they all thought I was a hooker. So yeah, be make sure that you are clear with your children on what you do so they don't think you're a hooker. Natasha or Jayson, did you have like any last minute words?
Yeah, one last thing is, you know, I think back to childhood, right? Somebody, what you're sitting there with your girlfriends, and you might be like 8 or 9 or 13 or whatever, and you guys are like talking about your weddings, and you're talking about your, you know, the boyfriend and who you want to date. Well, you're visualizing then. It's really not a hard exercise to do. You just got to get back into the moment to open your mind to thinking that way again, because you once did it and something stopped you. Something, limiting beliefs, failures, hurt, something stopped you from dreaming and visualizing. Let that go and get back and opening up that mind so you can achieve all that you're meant to achieve.
I love that.
Real quick, so guys, they always say this: show me your habits and I'll show you your future. So if you want to end 2020 strong and go into 2021, let's start creating amazing habits and start small. Start with just a little bit and then you can grow with it, right? If you can start to implement some great habits in doing your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sending out the birthday messages, just create these amazing habits and they're going to grow. So 2021 right around the corner. Get yourself ready and just, you got to launch into 2021. I also, guys, what I was saying about like writing, I love what Lisa said. I write down, I am 200K. I have that in my bathroom. I have it in my car. I have it in my work vehicle. I say it to myself with enthusiasm and I believe myself. That's the key. You have to believe yourself. And I know it sounds so silly, but my kids see that in my car and they're like, "You're 200K, Dad." Like they believe it too. So I want you guys to get into the habit, write the sticky notes, say it out loud, because your voice, you cannot, your brain has no defense. Your subconscious mind has no defense against your voice. And it also has no defense against a vivid imagination and reality. So when you're visualizing, your brain, your subconscious mind cannot decipher between a vivid imagination and reality. So I learned all that from this book. And I know we talk about books a lot. Mach 2 with Your Hair on Fire. This is by Richard Bliss Brooke. It talks about visualization and self-motivation. So if you want, this is also on YouTube for free. Mach 2 with Your Hair on Fire. I read this book. I went from 40K to 80K in 1 month, and I attribute a lot to I started to visualize my goals and my dreams. So that's all I got. Thank you.
I love it. I love it. And I'm definitely gonna go listen to that book. Like I'm on it. You don't have to tell me twice, Jayson. That's the difference, you guys, between people that hop on these Zooms and just listen and then those that go act. Don't let people tell you twice. Go act. Who's doing our 100 days to, but before we go into 100 days to brave, don't get off the Zoom, you guys. I got a giveaway and I'm doing it right after the 100 days to brave. Who's doing our 100 days to brave today?
I got it.
You're awesome, Tiff.
I'm back. All right, so we are on day 11. Your mind. Don't be like the people of this world, but let God change the way that you think, and then you will know how to do everything that is good and pleasing to him. That is Romans 12:2. What's on your mind right now? Here are the thoughts that are in my head this very minute, because I'm sure you're just on the edge of your seat in anticipation. Some guy I'm supposed to know just came into the coffee shop. This chai latte is definitely not the best I've ever had. Why isn't the Wi-Fi working? The guy had a lot of beard hair. A lot. Everything in the body depends on the working of the mind. The brain is the core organ. You can have a heart transplant, a leg or arm transplant, even a lung transplant, but there is no substitute for the brain God has given you. Your mind is yours alone. Our imaginations are amazing. Just think, every book, television show, movie, song, piece of furniture, street design, pair of flip-flops, everything was once just an idea. Simply a thought in someone's brain. And because your brain is so important, all of your genius, math equations, famous quotes, childhood songs, and fashion sense are housed there. It's a vital that you protect it. Your mind is a container, but it's a fragile container. So being brave means taking measures to protect it. Things are going to fill it. That's just the nature of your mind. It's up to you to decide what gets to fill that container. What are the portals to your mind? Your eyes, your ears. Those are the places you need to guard. What you hear and what you see will affect your brain and heart greatly. So having wisdom when it comes to intake matters so much. At the same time, your mind can do many good things for you. Use it well. Create beautiful things. Follow through with great ideas. Love people who pop into your mind. If God has put sparks of an idea into your mind, you can be brave enough to follow through. Trust the sparks, friends. Trust the sparks. Our minds are so powerful. I'm praying that you would ask for God to give you his mind, the mind of Christ, and that you would be brave enough to protect your mind. Allow God to change the way that you think, and then change this world with the ideas that can become a reality. Those sparks, I believe in them. So today's task, be brave. What is one thought, one spark, one idea in your head that you think God may have put there? Write it down. And at some point, do something with the spark.
You guys, once again, like this, I swear to you, every single day, the topic, since we started this Zoom, fits whatever is read in 100 Days to Brave. Like, Natasha did not know this, and she's the one that picked this topic, so you guys know that I am not picking it. Like, if that is not a just like Chas says, Godcidence, if that's not a Godcidence, I don't know what is. Like, this morning Zoom is supposed to be here, because every single day, like the topic, everything we talked about today fits that. It's so freaking cool. So it just gives more validation that we might have to go to 5 days a week. Some of y'all that help on these Zooms are like, no, Lisa. We might have to. So you guys, if you don't know, we're doing morning giveaways, and you get to choose from 3 different things. You get to choose from a gratitude journal. You get to choose from a keychain that says "Punch Today in the Face," and then a bracelet that says, why do I always forget what it says? I will remember. Wake up, kick ass, repeat. So bracelet, wake up, kick ass, repeat. Punch Today in the Face, or gratitude journal. And I wanted to do like 3 different choices in the morning and something that fit the morning. But I didn't want to just do a gratitude journal, because some of you might already have one, and I wanted you to have something else to choose from. So I'm going to pick a winner really quick. And if you're John, I just need you to put your address in the comments, and then my amazing friend Brittany Hyder is going to screenshot it and send it to me so that I can get you out your amazing gift. And I'm just going to scroll, and I am not biased. Heather Lloyd. Heather, you just won. You get to pick. So let us know what you want. Put your address really quick in the comments here in the chat so that we can screenshot it and get something out to you. I just want to extremely thank all these amazing guests that have gotten on with me since day one. And pretty soon you guys are not going to be seeing my face every day. Sometimes you're going to just be seeing other people's faces. But I am super excited for the new year to get these going. And I want to thank Natasha so much. I want to thank Jayson, and I want to thank Lacey this morning. And if you guys have been getting on with us every morning, it's been so cool to have different people on and what they think and the different thoughts and the ideas, just like today. I mean, I got so many different things, like Natasha, when she talked about not saying $5 a day, like I never even thought about that. So good. And Jayson with the visualizing with like the Paul and the, oh my gosh, so good. Like it put me there. That's why they say go drive the car, right? Before you get to 12K, if that's your goal, go to the car dealership, go get in that car, test drive it. What are you looking at, right? I mean, that smell the leather, feel it under your hands, you know, driving down the road and on the expressway, like that is going to help you and help you even get there quicker. But and then Lacey, oh my gosh, Lacey, you're so well spoken. Lacey said to me, I'm nervous. Dude, you would have never known it. Like in a million years, you're so good. And I just appreciate all you guys for your content and getting on and just sidelines too. It's pretty cool. We're all just kind of working together to do this morning Zoom. And the fact that 130 to 200 of you guys have been getting on, I think this week our numbers have been a little bit lower, and that's still been at 130. Like who's complaining at like 4 a.m. for some people? But I think the reason it was like it's lower this week is just because it's Christmas week. We are not having a Zoom Christmas morning. I want you all to be able to sleep in, enjoy your families. Don't worry about getting on a Zoom, but we will be coming at you Monday for, I believe Monday is the last Zoom. No, is Monday? No, we got a whole nother week. So Wednesday is the last Zoom of the year, I think. You are going to want to join us because we are going to have more goodness, more awesome guests coming in next week and into the new year. So excited. I want to thank you guys again. And thank you, Tiffany, Star, Shannon, anybody that's done 100 Days to Brave. We appreciate you. And I love you guys. Happy. And Natasha, thank you for calling me this morning.
You're welcome. I knew that would grab your attention.
Literally 4:30. Alarm went off. I was totally awake. All I did was shut my eyes for 1 second. And the next thing I know, it's 5 minutes after Natasha's calling me and I'm like, oh shit. So we weren't too bad. I only missed like 5 minutes, but hey, it happens. Like I always say, I prove every day anybody can be a millionaire. You cannot have your ish together at all. And I promise you can still get there. I love you guys. Have a good one. Happy Wednesday and have a Merry Christmas, you guys. Enjoy your families. Enjoy your time this weekend and be ready to rock and roll on Monday because it is getting down to the wire. We're going to have 1 week left to get all of our stuff together and ready to roll for January. And you're not going to want to miss this morning Zoom to help you do it. Bye, guys.